I wanted to talk to you about the anti-domestic violence campaign you supported and support all men. Obviously, I have seen you in a play as well, which featured that, subject. So how did you become involved with that, and what importance does it have, and, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I worked in advertising, and one of the first clients I worked on was a charity called Women's Aid. It was a pro bono account. And it was a subject that I didn't have any personal experience in, really. But reading about it, learning about it, being exposed to these real stories and the horrific statistics just made me realise what a major problem this is in this country and around the world. And it's such a taboo subject. And I've experienced it where friends suspect friends of beating their wives, but they don't do anything. They don't report it. They don't say anything. It happens behind closed doors. The psychological dynamics of domestic abuse are so troubling and difficult for victims to overcome and get out of. So it kind of captured my imagination, and I ended up working with Women's Aid throughout my whole career in advertising, and have kind of continued to, in very small ways really, be in touch and support where I can. It was the death of the murder of Sarah Everard that kind of got me thinking about it again and wanting to do something, because there was a lot of talk at that point about reclaiming the streets, making the streets safer for women, which is absolutely a good thing. But we never see the same kind of communal response to the 2 murders that happen every week in this country of women in their home by current or ex-partners. And that frustrated me, that actually the most dangerous place for women in this country is not the streets, it's in the home. And so I wanted to do something to try and drive that home, and to get men in particular to consider that, to think about that and change their behaviour. And so I wrote a little script and sent it to Women's Aid, and my friend at Women's Aid, Teresa Parker, who's worked for them for a really long time now and does incredible work, she told me that Loveday Ingram and her husband, Ian Bartholomew, who's a Coronation Street actor, had a similar idea. So she put us together, and together we wrote this script, which involved getting lots of actors together to do a rallying cry, for men to be better. And, it's a very small thing. It's not going to solve the problem, but we hope it will be a starting point. It might make people think slightly differently. And, as I say, it's a starting point and a small thing towards trying to solve a massive, massive problem.